lovely welcome. My name's Gordon, and I know what you're thinking. That bloody Philip Schofield to let himself go. Here we are. You get to see lots of different venues when you do comedy, lots of different audiences, all different shapes and sizes, some of them nice and friendly, some of them not so nice and friendly. This is a really nice one, and it's lovely to feel the warm bosom we've got going on in the room tonight. Yes, thank you. It's the warmest bosom I've felt in ages. And yes, in case you're wondering, it's the only bosom I've felt in ages. Is that about to change anytime soon? Oh, I'm getting one of those. That's not bad. I was expecting them. No. Is it about to change anytime soon? No, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Being here in Camden, it reminds me of a time way back when in my past when I actually went to stand-up comedy school. Yeah, way back when, so long ago, but I can still remember it like it was just last week. I remember on the first day, the comedy teacher, he stood there and he said, "I don't want you to worry about telling jokes. I want to hear things you love and things you hate." Because the teacher was a middle-aged white man who sounded exactly like me, so that was handy, wasn't it? "I want to hear about things you love and hate." I said, "Oh, miss, I've got one. I absolutely hate it when people do a big poo in public toilets." He said, "Yes, thanks for that, but that's not quite the kind of thing I had in mind." I said, "Yes, but it's true, and I saw a whopper in the train station just today, and it's true, I did see a whopper in track 2 at St Pancras today, ladies and gentlemen. I know Easter's just around the corner, but this was more of a Yule log." I don't know if it's a Yule log come late or a Yule log come early, but it definitely had tinsel in it. There it was, glistening at me from the bottom of the bowl, halfway up the side of the bowl. I mean, I like the sparkle of a good sequin as much as the next person, but there are limits. Back at comedy school teacher said, "Is that it? You can't talk about that all the time and nothing else? You can't do a 5-minute poo?" I said to him, "I think you'll find I can." Let's throw it out to the audience. Let's throw it out to someone over here. Yeah, no, not you.
You can't polish your turd.
You can't, but apparently you can.
That wasn't the punchline, was it?
No, it wasn't, thank God for that. Hang on. They told me about people like you at comedy school. I'm prepared, hang on. Got my pen, got my bit of paper. Sometimes the heckles are funnier than the actual punchline I was going to do. What was it you said? Can't polish a turd. No, I don't think I'll use that one. Thanks anyway. You've got to laugh. Not when you're looking at shining turds at the bottom of a toilet bowl. And then there's the smell, ladies and gentlemen. The smell! It's not like when you smell your own, is it? When you smell your own, it's a sort of warm, reassuring smell, isn't it? Roast chestnuts. Might turn round, even have a little peek. It's not like that when you're smelling someone else in the public toilet, is it? It's a real bam in your face smell. It's a real bam in your face smell. It's a tsunami of smell, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wall of whiff.
It's a wave of duvet cover.
A wave of duvet cover? Do you do poos in your bed? It takes all sorts. Have you been walking around the audience all night because we've had heckles from all over the audience? Oh no, we haven't, just over here. Thing is, when you get smelly poos in public toilets, it's all good. So it doesn't matter how much you worry about it. You've got to walk through this stuff because this business needs doing. So you hold your breath and then press forward as long as you can, holding your breath as long as you can. You're going to get that last few seconds from the outward breath. And then there's no alternative. You've got to take that next breath in this treacle of turgidness. Oh, and the smell hits you right at the back of the nose. And then you get this horrible realization that the air is actually taking the particles of poo into your nose. Right up the hooter with the particles of poo. Oh, those morsels of muck. Oh, those samples of something. And then you realise there's no turning back. You've come so far. It's pointless turning back. You've got to press ahead. And what do you do if you're in the midst of you're being surrounded by a bad smell and you're worried about it going up your nose? What do? You breathe through your mouth, don't you, ladies and gentlemen? Thing is, that sounds like a good idea until you've taken that first gulp of air and you realise that that same air that was previously taking the particles of poo up your nose is now taking it into your mouth and you're chewing on it. You're eating a complete stranger's poo. Someone you've never met has done a massive plop and now you're eating it. Oh, how did it come to this? I didn't think this was going to happen when I got out of bed this morning. Back at comedy school, teacher said, "Is that it now? Have you finally finished with the poo?" I said to him, "Yeah, I think I probably have, fair. I think I probably exhausted it all now." On my end of term report card at the comedy school, it said, "Gordon Bryan, not bad, but has a tendency to talk a load of crap." Now, I will say in closing that comedy is really good fun to do. You really can have a laugh. Have we had a laugh tonight, folks? We have had a laugh tonight, but comedy only works as a live art form if you've actually got a live audience to do it in front of. So thanks very much for coming out and supporting the show tonight. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. I've had a great time. My name's Gordon. See you again.